Alright, this is my first video with face cam. Let me start the recording on my phone. I forgot to do that. But alright. Now this is my first video with face cam. I guess this is a face reveal. But that's about it. But today I'm gonna be adding players from 2K all-time teams, and I'm gonna be adding them to the Hoopla like rosters, not like pulling strong and all that. And not NBA rosters on Hoopla. Let me know if y'all rather me just do NBA rosters on Hoopla, so I can do that too. It's up to y'all. Let me know what y'all think would be better. I mean, I kind of wanted to go with the Hoopla one because I feel like it would be more interesting. But, so yeah, I'm adding NBA players from all-time teams. And how I'd add the player, I just spun the wheel: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. And whichever one landed on, I'll get the starter from the 2K all-time team. And then I would, whoever had the best overall at that position, I would add them to the Hoopla roster. And yeah, so that's basically how I got them on the Hoopla team, if you get what I mean. Let me make sure on my phone that I'm recording, because actually this should not be recorded right now. But I already did this video literally like an hour ago and lost the footage for like half of the video. So make sure I'm recording. I actually am recording this time. On my phone, on my face cam, I had it all. Face cam was cool, but I forgot to screen record on my phone, so that messed it up. And let me go on D&D real quick, bro. Oh my god. Like, dude, like, the first video I was doing so good, had notifications of D&D on and everything. And now I gotta re-record everything. But I'm not gonna complain too much about all that. We're just gonna get into the teams. So first off, we have Trae Young joining the Atlanta Talents, replaces Ja Raheem. So they have MES1, Trae Young, Caleb White, W.R. Asher, De'Aaron Jackson off the bench, Ja Raheem, King Flame God. Should be a pretty good team. Then the Boston Charms, a.k.a. the Celtics, get Larry Bird. Hopefully that can make them into a playoff team as they get a sixth overall. Well, their sixth overall team now with that addition. Brooklyn Ballers, they get Jason Kidd. I don't know too much about all these other players, so but hopefully Jason Kidd helps them out. The Charlotte Stingers get Larry Johnson, which is probably the worst addition I ever seen. Because Larry Johnson, I mean, the Hornets don't have a good all-time team, but Larry Johnson's still a pretty good player. So hopefully he can help them out, even though they're still ranked the 30th team even with him. But Chicago Blues, Zane Cruz gets some help as he gets Scottie Pippen. Could have got MJ, but it was small forward, so they got Scottie Pippen, which is still a good pickup. Cleveland Gladiators get Kyrie Irving. And obviously Luka Kolar is a good rebounder and Sim for some reason. But they get Luka Kolar and Kyrie. Dallas gets Rolando Blackman, which is unfortunate because I was going to get him Luka, but I didn't really know. I didn't see on 2K. I actually didn't get like on 2K. I just went to like the 2K website and like by overall, and like they had like 4 shooting guards that was around the same overall, including Luka. So I just spun the wheel out of all those 4 first to like 3, and it ended up being Rolando Blackman. So that's what they get. Denver Miners, Lamar Rose gets some help as he gets Nikola Jokic. I never knew they had somebody named Uzumaki. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't played with Denver at all, but anyway, Detroit gets Grant Hill. Solid addition for them. Houston gets T-Mac, which I'm pretty sure I have another T-Mac on Orlando. Because, I mean, it was the same thing for Orlando. They land on shooting guard, so I just gave them T-Mac. So they got this Houston, they got Olo Fresh, T-Mac, Lobot, Papa John, and Shamrock off the bench. Indiana overdrives Paul George. They also have Thomas Schaffner, and Kobe Williams just one of my Sims, at least, he's a defensive mastermind, so that's a good forward trio for them. LA, I don't care what y'all say. They don't get no player, bro. If I give LA a player, bro, it's just not fair if I give them a player, bro. Like, I already had to fucking nerf Poland Strong. I made him 4.5 star. Because I'm not about to sit here and watch this nigga fucking destroy all of my Sims. Like, if I give them Poland Strong, if I give them Poland Strong's regular 3-pointer, bro, they're gonna win probably every sim, bro. So I had to nerf Poland strong. I don't care what y'all say. And I did not give them another player. So if I give them another player, that's basically just offsetting everything. Memphis Rockers get Ja Morant. So that's a good. Well, he also, obviously he's a point guard, but on the all-time team, Mike Conley is starting point guard. So I didn't really know who to put for sure. I didn't want to give him Tony Allen, which Tony Allen, don't get me wrong, is a good player, but he was way off from what Ja Morant's overall was. So I was giving Ja Morant. Miami gets Tim Hardaway. That should be a good actual addition with Adobo Flakes and Carl Shannon. Milwaukee gets Marquez Johnson. All I know is he played in the 90s. He was a good two-way player. Minnesota gets the best addition possible. They get Kevin Garnett to go along with Carl Harrington and Larry Ball. So hopefully that gets them into the playoffs. We'll see. New Orleans Airmen, Chris Paul, Tyler Gaines, and with Chris Paul being in, Joey Bass is now coming off the bench. So now they got some good depth at least. So hey, they can win it all. Who knows? New York Empire, they get Richie Guerin. He played in like the 50s or 60s. I ain't gonna lie. Probably the most boring player they could have got, but still a good player. So ain't nothing you can really do about that. OKC probably got literally the worst player they could have got, but I mean Jack Sigma's still cool. But they could have got Russ, Gary Payton, Kevin Durant, Sean Kemp, but they got center, so they got Jack Sigma. Orlando, yep, they got 2 Tracy McGrady's. And this one's the better version because this one he was younger. Because by the ratings I did it by, because I asked ChatGPT like to compare the ratings from like 2K to like Hoopland Stars, like 2K overalls to Hoopland Stars. So it said 99 through 95 overalls in 2K should be a 5-star Hoopland. So Tracy McGrady on Orlando on the all-time team, he had 95 overall. And then when he was on Houston, he was also on Houston's all-time team, he only had like a 92 to a 94. So I just gave him a 4.5 stars. So this is the better Tracy McGrady, I guess you could say. And he's on Orlando. Doesn't really help him that much though. 29th overall. Philadelphia gets Julius Erving. I don't know nobody on this team. I don't use Philadelphia either, to be honest. Phoenix, though. Phoenix looks really good, man. Steve Nash, Leo Lyon, Beef Jerky, and Mandaway Arlo off the bench, which I feel usually, like, when I look at their roster, they usually have Mandaway Arlo on the bench. But after a while, he becomes a starter. So that would be a great 4 for them. And they get solid. If they're whoever they have as small forward play solid, then they're chilling. But that, I ain't gonna lie, that team was scary. That's my pick to win the championship. So we'll see what happens. Portland, obviously quality game. They got Rajah Rose off the bench, and they had Bill Walton, giving them the #1 offense in the league. So we'll see if the offense is as dynamic as it's projected to be. Let's see. Who else? Sacramento. Jerry Lucas. And Jerry Lucas in Sacramento, it could have been Chris Webber, but I spun the wheel and it was Jerry Lucas. So they get Jerry Lucas. San Antonio gets George Gervin, probably the worst player they could have got out of all the all-time players, but I mean, it's still not bad. Could have got Tony Parker, Kawhi, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, but that's still not a bad. That's not a bad pick at all. And then let's see, that's all they have. San Diego, obviously, Los Angeles Clippers, not a real. Well, it's not a team of Hoopland, so. They get, let me see. Elton Brand, but he's actually not even starter for them, I guess. He's going to be their 6th man. I mean, that's fine with me. It's not really my problem. San Francisco also could be a scary team because, as we know, in Hoopland simulation, they usually are a good team in the West, but they always run to LA Stars, and it's just they're really a defensive team, but they need more scoring. And adding KD to the team will give them that scoring. So hopefully KD is a good addition for their team, and we'll see what happens. Toronto, yeah. Oh, Kyle Lowry. All right, so they have Kyle Lowry at the bench. I'm trying to think who else they could have got. I guess they could have got Chris Bosh, Vince Carter. But, I mean, still, Kyle Lowry's still a good pickup, so. They get Kyle Lowry, Mark Eaton, a good interior force for Utah. So that's that for Utah. And then the last team, Washington Agents, Arlo Joe, Dizzy Michaels, get a new addition. They get Wes Unseld, which they look like they're running a really, like, small ball team. 6 foot, 6 foot Arlo Jones, Dizzy Michael 6'2", and then all of their forwards, both of their forwards are 6'7", along with Wes Unseld being 6'7". So that's all the rosters, and we're gonna start this season up, and I'm gonna get there when we get to the playoffs and show the awards. And we are now back. Playoffs almost over. Regular season's almost over. And we're going to look at the playoffs. We're going to start by conference. We're going to go down and go up. So, we'll see what happens. Memphis, 26-56. Who they have? Ja Morant. As Ja Morant couldn't do well. Wait, where's he? Where's Ja Morant at? He's not even on the team. Now I got to see where Ja Morant went. So let's see, Ja Morant. He went to San Diego. Okay. Figured out where Ja Morant went. He left Memphis. That don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. I really don't. So he left Memphis. Memphis went 26-56. Worst in the West. So next up, Minnesota. Kevin Garnett didn't become that much of a help to them, I guess. I mean, they ranked 15th overall in the whole league, but I guess they finished 14th in the West, so yeah, I guess he didn't help enough. Oklahoma City with Jack Sikma. He's not on here. Where is Jack Sikma? Oh, my God. Like, dog, how are all these players just leaving their teams like this? Jack Sikma. Can I put the space? Oh, my goodness. Jack Sikma. Went to Toronto. Okay, and he's injured. So now we know where Jack Sikma went. So two bottom two teams lost their player. Dallas Knights, Rolando Blackman, still starting, but 33-49. Couldn't win. So they don't get in the play-in. Right outside the playoffs. Right outside the play-in is Jerry Lucas in Sacramento. Sacramento, my fault. Jerry Lucas in Sacramento, he averaged 8. Well, basically 9. 9, 7, and 4. Couldn't get them into the playoffs. At least the play-in, actually. San Diego Surf. Elton Brand becomes a starter. He averages 10, 6, and 5. Pretty solid season for him. They get the 10th seed, just mid. San Antonio with George Gervin. George Gervin averages 16.5 points per game, 2 boards, 0.5 assists. So he gets them into the play-in at 41-41, literally just sitting at 500. And now we're going to see Portland. Portland, quality game, 14 points a game, 5 assists. Bill Walton, 14 points, 8 boards a game, 4 assists. Pretty good season for Bill Walton. As they're in the play-in also. Phoenix, who I thought was going to be way better, are not way better. What happened? I don't know. But Steve Nash, 18 points per game, 10 assists. James Ketch, 11 points. B. Jerky, 16 points a game, 7 boards. Mandaware Arlo could have did way better, but Steve Nash missed 15 games. I thought that was going to be way better, but I guess they're in play-in, so. Houston at the 6th seed. Tracy McGrady averaged 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, 0.4 assists. Solid season for him, I guess. Utah Summit. Mark Eaton in Utah gets the, what is the 5th seed? No, 4th seed. Oh, I skipped Denver. My bad. That's on me. Jokic, 12 points per game, 4 boards, 3 assists. As they get the 5th seed. Well, they're tied with Utah for the 4th, but Utah gets it over them, I guess. And Mark Eaton, 5 points per game, 6 boards, 3 assists in a blocky game. Mark Eaton holding it down low for Utah. New Orleans Airmen. Chris Paul with 19 and 11.5 assists per game. Gets them the 3rd seed, tied up with LA, which I nerfed LA, and they're still good. Poland Strunk played, he started 11 games, and when they're still good, man. I don't know. I nerfed them. Like, I don't know what to say, man. And Bree Massacre ended up becoming, I don't know what to do. But at the top of the West, San Francisco Quakes, 68-14. I also said I thought that was going to be good. Kevin Durant adding the scoring to this defensive team. He averaged 26 points per game, 5 boards. and basically no assists. A half of an assist and 1 block a game. So this team is dominant. And now we're going to go on to the East. Eastern Conference. Charlotte, 20-62. Larry Johnson had 10 points, well, basically 11 points per game. 5 boards, 2 assists a game. Philadelphia had 22-60 at the 14th seed in the East. 15 points a game for Julius Erving. 5 rebounds and a half of an assist for him. They don't make it in. And Toronto, even with getting Jack Sikma, they're still trash. And Jack Sikma's not even. Oh, here he is. Let me see what the average. 7 points a game, 5 boards, 2 assists. So even with him going to Toronto, they still didn't make the playoffs. And they also had Kyle Lowry, who averaged 12, 2, and 5. So they still don't make the playoffs regardless. So good move for you, Jack Sikma. You went there for no reason. Brooklyn Ballers, Jason Kidd. Where is Jason Kidd? Why are these guys leaving? In next video, this is not happening, bro. I'm not letting these niggas just lead their team like this. Where did he go? Because in the last recording, he stayed with his team, and then the Nets was third seed in the East. So where did he go? He went to Denver. How did I not notice that? Hell nah. Hold up. I never noticed that. He's on Denver. He's averaging 26-3. Damn. Well, I don't know how I didn't realize that, but he leaves Brooklyn and they become trash, so that's not really my problem. I'm gonna try to do next video, I guess. So they can't leave their team, but I mean they was trash. So Cleveland just barely misses out on the play-in. Kyrie averages 18, 8, and 3. Solid season for him. They moved him to point guard. I had him at shooting guard at first. Detroit, Grant Hill averaged 17, 4, and 2 assists a game, and they get in at the 10th seed. Orlando and Tracy McGrady, they get in at the 9th seed. 19 points a game for Tracy McGrady, 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Milwaukee at the 8th seed. Marquez Johnson, 14.8 points a game, 2 boards, 0.6 assists, as they get the 8th seed in the play-in. And then Chicago, who I thought, again, Scottie Pippen will help Zane Cruz a lot. They still are in the play-in. Let's see. Scottie Pippen averaged 13.7, 5 boards, 3 assists, and Zane Cruz averaged 14, 2, and 7 assists. I thought adding Scottie would make them a better team, but I guess not. They get in the play-in. Atlanta just barely escapes the play-in, which I thought they had a lot of depth, but 15 a game. I hear somebody. I don't know. But Trae Young, 15 a game, 7 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.3 blocks, about 3 boards a game. They get the 6th seed. Indiana next. Paul George with 11 points a game, 4 boards, 1 assist, 0.7 steals, and 0.8 blocks. Washington Agents right above them with Dizzy Michaels, Arlo Joe, and Wes Unseld. Let's see what Wes Unseld did. 10.4 points a game, 4 boards a game, and 3.5 assists. Boston, I don't know. Miami above them, which I did say Tim Hardaway would be a good trio with Double Flakes and Carl Shanahan. Tim Hardaway averages 11 and 6 as they get 3rd seed. Now, the 2nd seed with Larry Bird is the Boston Celtics, a.k.a. Boston Charms. 20 points per game from Larry Bird, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And as in the last recording, I don't really want to talk about the last recording too much, but they kind of got screwed over because Larry Bird really fractured his head, and they didn't have him the whole playoffs. So I don't really want to talk about the last video too much. That look made me mad. I ain't gonna lie, but they get the 2nd seed this time with an actual healthy Larry Bird. And New York at the number 1 seed with Richie Guerin, 20 points per game, 2 rebounds. So that is the teams we're gonna go through the regular season. We're going to get in the play-in tournament. We're going to see who won what. I'm making sure I'm recording. We'll see who won what awards. Actually, we had to go through the play-in first to see that. So we're going to simulate through these games. Let's see who wins. So Phoenix beats Portland by 1 point. Was that a game? Was that off a game winner? It was off a game where Steve Nash hit a 3 for the win over quality game. So they win one, and Portland will have to play. Who they have to play? They have to play San Diego for the 8th seed. And Milwaukee and Marquez Johnson beat Scottie Pippen and Zane Cruz. They beat Scottie Pippen and Zane Cruz. So they win by 3, and that will send Scottie Pippen and Zane Cruz to go play Detroit. And the other 2 games, San Diego beat San Antonio, eliminating them from the play-in. And Detroit beat Orlando, eliminating them from the play-in. So now we have the last play-in games. 8th seed Portland versus 10th seed San Diego. And 7th seed Chicago. So, wait, I thought Chicago lost. Huh? Oh, no, I'm tripping. My fault. They're the higher seed, so they have to play again because they lost. I forgot. So Chicago versus Detroit. We're going to see who wins these games. Portland beats San Diego by 6, and Chicago wins by 2. Barely escapes, and as Zane Cruz hit clutch free throws, which I've been seeing a lot of Zane Cruz slander in the Reddit. I don't know if y'all in the Reddit community, but a lot of people are slandering Zane Cruz. So, if you do know about that, let me know, because I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why you're hating on Zane Cruz. Zane Cruz, in my opinion, is a good player. But they get by Detroit and Grant Hill. Who did they have? Scottie Pippen. Yeah, Scottie Pippen had 19, 4, and 1 assist. They get past Detroit, and now we will look at the award winners. This is the bum of the year team, so it's like all 5 players that was just trash. Yeah, most of these players probably not gonna be players that we actually made, because those are actually all-time players. So we're gonna get past that. Kevin Garnett with the blocks leader, 1.8 blocks a game. Steals leader is Carl Joseph. Of course it is. Chris Paul assist leader at 11.5 assists. Bill Walton, the rebound champion. And KD at 26 points a game gets the scoring champion. No most improved. 6th man of the year goes to Tyler Moore on Miami. There's a few of our players that aren't starting. So I'm surprised they didn't get it, but hey. Rookie of the year goes to Caleb White. Bill Walton with the defensive player of the year. And our MVP, I'm assuming it's going to be KD. It might not be, though, but we'll see. It's Chris Paul, 19 points a game, 11.5 assists. Chris Paul wins the MVP. And now the playoffs are ready to begin. So let's read off these playoffs, and then we'll get started with simulating them. San Francisco versus Portland, so that's KD versus Bill Walton. Well, not MVP because KD didn't win the MVP. Defensive player of the year versus KD and his great San Francisco team. Mark Eaton versus Nikola Jokic. Battle of the paint. The post players. New Orleans and Houston. Who's that? Chris Paul and T-Mac. Then we got Los Angeles, who obviously doesn't have a player. I don't care. I'm not giving them no player. And Phoenix. What the? Sorry, it's something under the fucking floor. I don't know. I had to fix that. But I'm not going to let that distract me. My fault. And then we got Los Angeles versus Phoenix, which obviously Phoenix, Steve Nash, Beef Jerky, Mandaway Arlo, Leo Lyon. And that's about it. So the Eastern Conference, we got New York versus Chicago, which is Richie Guerin, Tal Gibb, Anthony Bridges versus Zane Cruz and Scottie Pippen. Then we got Washington versus Indiana. Obviously, Washington has Dizzy Michaels, Arlo Joe, and they added Wes Unseld. Indiana with Paul George, Thomas Schaffner, and they got Kobe Williams off the bench. Miami at 3rd seed, they got Tim Hardaway, Adobo Flakes, Carl Shannon, Terrence Stafford, and they're going against a great depth Atlanta team, which I think Atlanta should have been higher, as they got a whole bunch of depth. I'm not gonna lie. But so Atlanta has who they had? Trae Young, Ja Raheem, King Flame God, Caleb White, De'Aaron Jackson, W.R. Asher. They got a team on them. Boston Charms, we know they got Elijah Rose, Larry Bird, then Milwaukee with Marquez Johnson. I don't really know nobody else on Milwaukee for real. But we're gonna send through these games. If we get some close games, I'll hop into them. For the first round, I'm probably not gonna hop in them, but like second round and after that, I'll definitely hop into those games. So we're gonna send through this first. We're gonna go to when we get to elimination of the game. Let me see. San Francisco up 2-1. Actually, no, we're gonna send this. See if we got any sweeps. No sweeps. No sweeps at all. Okay. So we have San Francisco up 3-1. Denver and Utah tied at 2 apiece. Houston up 3-1 on New Orleans. Wait, did New Orleans just win? Oh, no, Houston won. All right. Houston up 3-1 on New Orleans was actually a surprise. They had the MVP, and they're down 3-1. But Phoenix and LA tied at 2 apiece. Boston up 3-1 on Milwaukee. Miami up 3-1 on Atlanta. Washington and Indiana tied at 2 apiece, and Chicago and New York tied at 2 apiece. We're going to send past this day. San Francisco wins. Houston won the series. Boston won the series. Miami won the series. So now this is our game sixes. Utah up 3-2. Phoenix up 3-2. Indiana up 3-2. New York up 3-2. We'll see what happens. And every single team tied it up to so we have 3 game 7s. And besides that, New York beat Chicago. So we got 3 game 7s here. And we're going to send, obviously, Denver has Jason Kidd and Nikola Jokic and Lamar Rose. So I don't know how this is a 7-game series, to be honest. But somehow Utah has kept it close in this series, and they're up right now by about 10. Denver making a pushback. Denver making a big pushback, actually. Tie game now. It look like we might have to hop in this. Utah gets a little bit of a lead. We might have to hop in, actually. Wait. No, we're not. We're not going to hop in. Utah keeps the lead. They had a convincing for like 5-point lead, so I didn't jump in. I don't want to jump if it's like 3-point or under. But they beat Jason Kidd and Nikola Jokic and Lamar Rose. So I don't know how that just happened, but they beat them. Mark Eaton didn't even score a single point. Not a single point for Mark Eaton. He didn't even shoot a lot either. 0 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for him, and 1 block. Jokic had 12 and 8 and 7. Jason Kidd had 21 and 7 and 3. But it's just not enough, and they lose to Utah. Now I'm praying, please, Phoenix, can we please just beat Los Angeles? I don't really want to see Los Angeles throughout this fucking video. If I'm being real. I don't want to see Los Angeles. But we'll see what happens, man. Oh, wait. My bad. That's on me. I didn't mean to do that. But looks like Los Angeles is going to win this. They're up by 20 right now. It's a shame. Hold up. Phoenix coming back. Phoenix coming back a little bit, but Los Angeles still has the lead. Phoenix made a push in the 4th. Phoenix, big push in the 4th, and they're going to beat Los Angeles. I don't care. Call me a Los Angeles hater. I don't even want them in the game no more. I don't care. Steve Nash, 20 and 14. Great game from him. Beef Jerky, 19 points. Mandaway Arlo, 17 points. Leo Lyon, 11. They get Los Angeles out of here. And then Washington, who also has Wes Unseld and Paul George on Indiana. We'll see who wins this game. We're at Washington's home court. See, it's tied up at the end of the second. At the start of the second. And now we're reaching toward the end of the second. Washington has a pretty solid lead. Now, no, actually, they bring it back close again. And it looks like we might have to hop into this. This is a really close game. Let's see. If it gets to like 1 minute left and it's still close, I'm definitely hopping in. It's a 7-point game. Actually, nah. Washington got a good lead. Washington wins 91-84. Let's see Wes Unseld. Wes Unseld, 10 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Paul George had 19 and 9 and 2. But it's not enough as he gets eliminated. And now we're on to the second round. See the matchups. San Francisco and KD and them will play Mark Eaton in Utah, who just beat Denver with Jason Kidd and Nikola Jokic. With I don't know how they lost that game, but Houston, after just being the MVP, they're gonna go play Phoenix, who just beat LA. New York is gonna play Washington, and Boston is gonna play Miami. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna send through these games. We're gonna get to like game 4, and I'm gonna see what's going on in game 4. So let's see. San Francisco up 2-1 on Utah. Phoenix up 2-1 on Houston. Boston is up 3-0 on Miami, and same with New York on Washington. That is insane. I didn't think those two were gonna sweep each other. But we're gonna see what happens. Boston and New York both sweep Miami and Washington. So they're gonna play each other in the Western Conference Finals. Utah ties it back up with San Francisco as they win 2 in a row. Phoenix goes up 3-1 on Houston. We're gonna see what happens from here. Let me see. 3-2. San Francisco wins 1. Houston wins 1. So it's 3-2 for both series. Game 6. Houston loses and Phoenix wins 93-86 for Phoenix. They win the series 4-2. Same with San Francisco and Utah. So San Francisco won the first 2, then Utah won the next 2, and San Francisco won the next 2 after that. So they both of those teams win in 6, and now we're on to the conference finals. The number 1 seed San Francisco, KD, Carlo, Darjoel, Anthony King off the bench versus Phoenix, Steve Nash, Mandawi Arlo, Beef Jerky, Leo Lyon. That should be a really good series. And then we got New York, who obviously has Richie Guerin, Tal Gibb, Anthony Bridges. They have a few other players like 7-8. Who's their center? They also have Tobias Miller too. And then Boston with Elijah Rose and Larry Bird. So we'll see what happens there. We're going to go through these games. Phoenix wins game 1. New York wins game 1. San Francisco wins game 2. But New York wins game 2. New York wins game 3. Are they going to sweep the Celtics? What's going on? Celtics wins in that 1. Out west, they're tied 2 apiece. And I'm going to sim this. What's going to happen? New York wins by 30, and they beat the Boston Charms. Win in a 30-point game. Basically, gentleman's sweep. Let me see what happened here. Larry Bird, 24 points. What else he had? 24 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. Wasn't enough, though. Richie Guerin had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. We see Tal Gibb being a real distributor. He had 4.7 boards, 14 assists. He had a great game. And that's enough to eliminate them. And Phoenix is up on San Francisco 3-2 right now. I don't know what's been going on, but I don't know, man. Can Phoenix really pull it off? Against the I think he should have been MVP. Actually, no. Chris Paul averaged a fucking double-double, 19 and 11. I don't know. I mean, he did. KD had the better team, but that's not for me to decide, I guess. But we're going to live sim this, actually, because I want to see who wins this. San Francisco with a solid lead right now. But, I mean, it's really close. It's still close. Phoenix got a little bit of a lead. San Francisco putting the lead back. Now it's tied. Now San Francisco's taking a lead now. Hold up. San Francisco going to force us to game 7. They're up by 20. There ain't no coming back from this. So they're going to game 7, and that's going to be in San Francisco's arena. I don't know how to feel about that, man. I mean, you playing them at their arena, you should have just ended it here, man. But we're going to see what happens. KD. Let me just look at the preview matchup. We got Steve Nash, Leo Lyon, Beef Jerky's injured? Maybe that's why the series is close. Beef Jerky's injured. Out for 4 years. Well, is he playing through this? Let me see. I think he's still playing through it, though. And then Mandawi Arlo, and obviously San Francisco, Just Giles, Kyron Hickman, Kevin Durant, Carlo, Darth Joel, and then they have Anthony King off the bench. Game 7 situation. About to see who wins right now. San Francisco up by a little bit. Let's see. End of the first, San Francisco is up by about 7. Second quarter starts. San Francisco building a big lead. San Francisco up by about 20 they're up by about 20 at the end of at halftime. Damn, I'm stuttering now. My fault. Phoenix pushing back though. It's only an 8-point game. San Francisco gets more of a lead though. And San Francisco, big fourth quarter, they push it back to a 20-point lead. San Francisco is gonna beat Phoenix, hold them off, and they're going to the finals. KD, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Just Giles had 20 points, 2 points, 3 assists. What in the world? Carlo, 16 points. Darjoa, 11 points. Phoenix, let's see what happened over here. 21 points for Steve Nash, 9 assists, 6 boards. Mandaway Arlo, 18 points and 5 boards. Obviously, we know Beef Jerky was playing through injury. He had 6 points. He had 6 points and 5 rebounds, so wasn't enough. He tried to play through the injury, but ultimately, San Francisco beats Phoenix, as Phoenix was up 3-2, but San Francisco gets it done. So now we are in the finals. Two number one seeds, as New York beat Boston 4-1. San Francisco just got a dogfight with Phoenix in the Game 7 series. Who will win this? We're about to see right now. We're going to simulate Game 1. San Francisco wins by 2 points. Was that it? Well, I look, you want to see if that was by a game winner. It was. Dart Joel. Well, I guess it wasn't a game winner like buzzer go off, but Dart Joel makes a dunk, and then Tal Gibb missed a 3-point shot. So San Francisco wins Game 1. Game 2 goes to New York. They only win by 1. Same thing. They made a 2-point shot, and then San Francisco missed something. Well, they missed. It looked like they missed a dunk. Did they miss a dunk? Oh, Dart Joel shot a 3-point shot for the game. That's why they lost. But series tied up 2-2. New York goes up 2-1. These games are really close. KD with a 40 ball. He had 4-3. Hold on, let me see his stats. Hold up. 40 ball. He ain't had no assists, though. Just Giles and Kyron Hickman combined it for 22 assists. That's crazy. Richie Guerin, though, didn't miss a single shot. Anthony Bridges, 19 points. I mean, I guess they was just a better team. But let's see how this ended. Dart Joel once again shot the last shot. Looks like they just lost. They was down by 4 with only 2 seconds left. They couldn't do nothing. So, Game 4. New York up 3-1 now. 104-92. This is crazy. I thought San Francisco or Phoenix was going. I did not think New York was going to win it all. Richie Guerin. We're going to obviously live sim it now. I want to see it. We got to hop in just in case it's a good. Even if it isn't a good game, we got to hop in and watch the ceremony if they do win. So let's see what happens. San Francisco with a solid lead right now. New York always push back, though. At the end, it's a high-scoring game. 76. Oh, wait. New York brings it back close, though. It's tied up at the end of the fourth. At the end of the third. And now we definitely have a good game. Wait. And never mind. San Francisco just turned on the burners in the fourth quarter. And now they're up by about like 11. So I might as well just let this run through. San Francisco wins by 10 points. They keep the series alive, down by 3-1. And now they're going to try again. They're back at their court. They're going to try to force this to Game 7. Let's see what happens. So right now we're having a pretty solid game. New York is up, though. Can New York win it on San Francisco's court? San Francisco making a big push in the second quarter, but New York comes back a little bit. 10-point game right now. And this game is down to the wire. Hold up. Only 6-point game. Wait, San Francisco making a little bit of a push at the end again. And it looks like San Francisco is going to do enough. Another 10-point. Well, it's 11-point now. 11-point win for them to win the game. As we see, Richie Guerin has 16. Anthony Bridges had 31. On San Francisco side, Just Giles had 25. KD had 24. Carlo had 17. Dart Joel had 15. So that is now they have made a 3-3 comeback. So KD didn't miss a single shot either. 10 for 10. But wow, I mean, they was down 3-1. They now forced themselves back into the game. Now we have a Game 7 situation. So we're gonna live sim. No matter what the result is, we're gonna have to hop in because we gotta see the ring ceremony. And New York just holding them off right now. New York looks like they want it more. New York wants it more. We'll see what happens, but New York up by 20 right now. It don't look like they don't want them to do nothing. on their home court. Is New York? Is San Francisco really burnt out? It looks like San Francisco is burnt out, and New York up by 20 right now. Looks like they're gonna drop 100 on them. I will hop in this last as 1 minute. But wow, it looks like New York is gonna hold off San Francisco. It's a 15-point game. Kyron Hickman has the ball. What are they gonna do? They're running a play. KD, big time three. Bang out. KD with a big three for them. Now New York Empire will bring it down the court. KD has 35, bro. The boy is hooping. Richie Guerin gets a screen. Darjoel switches on. Darjoel switches back off to Eddie Dale. Eddie Dale good to Richie Guerin. Richie Guerin with a good midi. That might be the dagger right there. I don't like San Francisco could do much more to bring this game back. Just Giles. ISO play. Just Giles. He needs this. No good. And if I'm San Francisco, I'm going to KD every single play. I'm not giving the ball to Just Giles. Just Giles obviously still a good player. Eddie Dale hits a crucial layup. And that's probably going to be game. San Francisco put in the bench. New York put in the bench. It was a good simulation, but ultimately, San Francisco tried to make a 3-1 comeback. They get burnt out in the end, and New York is going to win this game. Anthony Bridges with a hell of a mid-range right there. Why are the ice cream truck, dog? Not Anthony Hopper. I don't know what his first name is. Felipe Santos breaks the three. Robinson back to Santos. Santos with the pick and roll game with Sir Shooter. I think that's Sir Shooter. Santos gets blocked. And Junior, I think that's Jeremy Jr. But he's going down. Backs down Santos. Still backing down Santos. He goes for the hook shot. No good. Sir Shooter grabs the board. Robinson bringing it up the court. Only 14 seconds left. He chucks up a three. No good. 7-8. Gives it to Guy Chug. Guy Chug gives it to Jeremy Jr. 5, 4. They're 3 seconds away from the championship. Guy Chug with a layup. No remorse. He's not going to dribble the clock out. And New York, 105-87. They beat San Francisco. Tal Gibb gets player of the game. 13 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds. Let's see what Richie Guerin. Richie Guerin has 7 for 9, 16 points. And KD with a 35-point outing, and he still couldn't get the dub. I mean, if I was KD, I would just be mad. I would be mad. Look at the rest of the starters. Nobody could put over 10 points out of all their starters. I mean, that's what it always came down to. San Francisco, they never had a scorer. They got a scorer, and now he's scoring. But the rest of the team went silent when it came big, man. I mean, KD tried his hardest, but he couldn't do it. New York Empire win the championship for this video. Where's Richie Guerin? Oh, there he is right there, right next to Anthony. Right next to Anthony. Is it Anthony? No. It is Anthony Miller, I think. Not Anthony Miller. Anthony Bridges. He's right next to Anthony Bridges. The New York Empire win the championship. We'll see who gets Finals MVP. Richie Guerin, Finals MVP, 21 points, about 2 rebounds per game, 1 assist, 0.4 steals, 0.6 blocks. He wins the Finals MVP out of everybody in this, out of all the all-time players we added. New York wins, and a tough 3-1 Game 7 Finals series. Let's see the rest of this playoffs. So let's see New York's travel to the finals. They had 4-2 against Chicago and Zane Cruz, Scottie Pippen. They swept Wes Unseld, Dizzy Michaels, and Arlo Joe. And they beat Larry Bird in Boston in 5. And they came to the finals against San Francisco. This tough team, KD, Anthony King, Carlo, Darjoel, Just Giles. A tough team to beat, and they won in 7. Escaping a 3-1 comeback from San Francisco. And they win the simulation for today. Let me know if you want more simulation vids. And obviously, like I said earlier, let me know if the simulation vids you want me to use NBA teams on Hoopland instead of using the Hoopland teams. Because I know that might be more interesting to y'all. But it's really up to y'all. I don't really care. I'm willing to do whatever y'all want me to do. So I'll change it if you want me to simulate with NBA teams. But like, comment, subscribe down below. And I don't know if I mentioned this is my first face cam video, so obviously it's going to be better like in the future. But I'll see y'all next time I post. whenever that is. Peace.